Here's how to set up and install the current version of iThemes Security. From your plugins page, you'll click on Add New, and then you will search for iThemes Security. You'll see their logo, and go ahead and click on Install Now, and then activate the plugin. Once you activate it, you will see a couple notifications at the top of your page. First one you want to click on is Secure Your Site Now. I suggest clicking on Allow File Updates. This allows the plugin to alter your WP config and also your htaccess files. Secure your site. This will set a few settings up, not all of them. And I go ahead and allow them to collect anonymous data. Once you're done with that, click on Dismiss. And there you go. Now, once you start looking at this, you will see there are a few different sections. First one is WordPress file permissions. This will give you a quick overview of your current file permissions. Now you'll notice that a few of them are different from what they would suggest. It'll also provide you with some generally information about your site. This also includes useful things like your PHP information. It gives you a quick and easy access to that info. Next, we will go ahead and get our free API key. This will take you to the brute force protection. Now, you would like to enable local brute force, and then you can enter your email address, and this will give you automatic key for using their networked brute force. Just click on Save. There we go. All right, now we're going to remove these email addresses. You do want to allow them to write. And I turn off lockout notifications because otherwise your email is just going to get flooded with these. This just tells you where you're storing your logs, allows it to detect information. 404 protection. A lot of times when hackers are trying to hack your site, they will try a whole bunch of different URLs, which are known for various plugins to have vulnerabilities. If you enable 404 detection and lock them out, what that does is it kicks them out while they're trying to find out if you're using a plugin that has a vulnerability. Away mode, if you want to prevent anyone from logging into your website during a certain window. Obviously, this would be very bad for membership sites. But if you happen to know for a fact that no one is going to be attempting to log in, no developer, no SEO, absolutely no one, you can turn this on. Enable ban users. If someone gets flagged as being an issue, this can automatically ban them. I've already turned on brute force. I use BackWP up to handle my database backups, so I will not use this. File change detection. This can be a little CPU intensive, but it does allow you to break it down into 7 separate runs. This is very useful if you are on a shared hosting environment. Hide login area. This will change your login URL from wp-login.php to whatever else you want to make it into. This just makes your backend harder to find and therefore harder to hack. I am not using SSL, so I'll ignore that section. Enable strong password enforcement. Now, if you are using a website that is membership, you have a lot of subscribers, you may not want to enable this at the subscriber level. You may want to enable it at the contributor level. But if you are running a website that has very few users, mostly just you, go ahead and change it to subscriber. System tweaks. These are generally recommended. However, some of these may conflict with some themes. In general though, I just go ahead and turn them all on. Some of the ones that can have some issues with certain themes. Non-English characters. If you have a non-English website, you may have non-English characters. So therefore you would want to uncheck that. Long URL strings. If you have a website such as a real estate website with MLS listings, some of those URL strings can be incredibly long, so you'd want to uncheck this. Sometimes those real estate listings also have queries in them, and you have to actually allow those. In that case, you need to uncheck those. Disable PHP and uploads. This is a very, very common hack approach. You really, really, really want to disable this. System tweaks. I do not normally disable the file editor. If you are using Jetpack, you will want to leave it at disable pingbacks. If you aren't using Jetpacks or something like that, which needs the XML RPC, just go ahead and disable it. And you'll want to definitely block multiple authentication attempts. In Queue a safe version of Jquery, you'll need to load your home page. I happen to know that I have a safe version right now, so I'm not going to worry about that. Disable login error messages. This will basically prevent it from saying the user with the following username had an incorrect password. Well, you don't want to tell them that they got the username correct. You just want to tell them error. Force a unique nickname. Again, this may be problematic if you have a membership website. And disable users' author page if their post count is 0. Definitely go with that. When you're done, click Save All Changes. Now to advanced. Please back up your database. I did a backup just before starting this tutorial, so I'm good. Right now, I happen to have a user with the name admin, and that's very, very bad. So I am going to rename them to new name. I would give them a more intelligent name, but I happen to be able to change this in the database directly. So enter an appropriate username here, something that does not include admin, and usually something that is not the same as the name of your website. Click Save Admin User. Now you only ever want to do this once, one item in this whole section at a time. The reason is, it can cause serious issues if you try and do multiple ones at once. Your WordPress salts, you should change these about every 30 days. When you change them, it will force you to log out. Change content directory. Make sure that you have not just a database backup, but a complete backup and the ability to completely restore your entire website if you change this. I recommend only doing it on a brand new, clean install that has no important data on it, because you can completely take down your entire website by screwing this up. Change your database prefix. By default, the database prefix is WP. I like to change that. Again, only change one thing on the advanced page at a given time. We now have a brand new prefix. It's long, it's confusing, it's great. The reason to do this is because in MySQL you can write drop WP_*. What that would do is it would drop every single table in your entire database. That would be bad. People who have changed their database prefix from WP_ to WP_ a whole bunch of random junk underscore, guess what? Drop WP_* still works. You want to change it to something that is not WP. And then logs. This will tell you about any interesting or potentially dangerous information that's been going on. Regularly checking your logs is great for helping to find out if your site has anyone trying to hack it, if there are any 404 errors, which tells you that you need to run your website through a broken link checker, such as brokenlinkcheck.com. It will also tell you if you have a bunch of hack attempts, in which case you should probably relocate your WordPress login area. So I recommend checking your security logs at least once every 30 days. After you check your logs, go through them, then I would also recommend going to advanced and changing your WordPress salts. Okay, that's a basic overview of iThemes security and getting it set up.